Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well and you're keeping safe with all the physical distancing. Nobody saw this one coming, so I know it's hard times and we're all in it together. So hopefully, next year this time things will be somewhat back to normal. I don't think we really will get to where we were before, but at least anything close to it, I think we'll take that. I'm getting a lot of questions. A lot of people are a bit worried about the real estate market, and maybe wanted to just dedicate this video to providing you guys with a bit of statistics. It's a bit general, but it will give you an idea as to what is going on and perhaps where we're headed. So bear with me and stay tuned. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the residential and the condominium activities in 2019 and 2020. And what I'm interested in and what we want to see is the fluctuation and the differences, specifically for the months of March and April 2019 versus March and April 2020. So what we're looking at, first off, is the number of active listings versus the number of sold listings. So that's the first thing. Secondly, what we'll do is we'll take a look at the average days that properties are taking now to sell versus before. And finally, we'll take a look at the ratio of the sold price versus the original. So what we'll start off first will be with the number of active listings and the number of sales. Residential properties, so that's non-condominium. And looking at the chart that you see in front of you, for months of March and April 2019, we see a significantly higher amount of listings. So for sure, the market has slowed down, but with it, as we can see, for instance, for April 2019, we had over 1,200 listings, whereas in April of 2020, this month, we have a little less than 600 listings. So that's pretty much has cut down to half, and that's a significant amount. And what's been happening is that sellers are looking at the situation now, and if they really don't have to sell their properties, they're deciding to take it off the market and just wait this out. I mean, we have government or banking institution programs in place now. We're providing you with options on relief for the mortgage payment. So this is allowing a lot of sellers to use this to be able to ride the waves and to wait until the market is settled a bit to come back. So we are seeing lower amounts of sales, but that's in connection with the number of listings. So that's that. And then looking at the same thing for condominiums, I mean, we're looking at the same similar numbers. If you look at, for instance, April of 2019, we have close to 700 listings for the month of April, whereas for the month of April 2020, you have little over perhaps closer to 300 listings. So significantly lower than what we've seen in the previous year. So then we want to take a look at the second part of our stats and the second segment, which is the average days for a property to sell, and taking a look at the residential, so that's non-condominium market. And this is, again, it's general, but it'll provide you an idea. So this is the single homes, townhouses, and semi-detached all in one. So if we really want to get into detail and in depth, we really have to take a look at the the detached, the single homes for a specific neighborhood. I mean, that would be very correct. but you know, we don't have the time now, and this is a bit general, but it will give you an idea of what's been happening. So this is residential, looking at the April 2019, the days it would take to sell a property, and this is an average, is slightly less than 20 days. Now looking at April 2020, now we're looking at slightly less than 15 days to sell. Again, this is an average, and this is considering that the number of listings is now significantly lower as well. So I really, in general, I don't see much of a difference. Yes, you will get deals here and there, but you know, most sellers are again deciding to hold off. It's what it looks like. A lot of listings are being canceled, and you know, everybody just wants to see what's been happening, and what's to come. Nobody knows, but I'm guessing when we start slowly getting into you know, the process of the economy coming back, I believe the real estate market will slowly catch up to what it was before. So that was the residential. We'll take a look at the condominium now. For the condominium market, the average days for a property to sell. Now, taking a look at April specifically for 2019, you see it's you know, slightly over 30 days, whereas now with April 2020, you're looking at you know, less than 20 days. Now, this is in connection with the hotter market, but again, hand in hand with the limited number of listings. And this smaller amount of listings, again, the buyers that are out there right now, that they need to buy, their options are less. So this somewhat results in them having to pay for the property because they have lesser homes on the market and lesser options to pick from. So then the prices are maintaining themselves. So now for the third portion of our stats and review, we'll take a look at the ratio of the closing price, which is the final price, versus the original list price ratio. And this is for residential homes. And as we can see, for April 2019, homes are very close to asking. So the percentage of sold amount is almost basically close to asking. And we're pretty much at the same thing for April 2020. Now you can see the you know, the March and February and even January of 2020, and this is significantly higher. So we're up to 105% of the asking. So that was basically, but at this point, you see April 2020, there's not much difference with what we had. And now looking at the condominium market, and this is even more surprising. So this was showing us that really the condo market is really coming back. And looking at the April 2019, you had, I would say, right about 98-99% of the asking price on average ratio. And for the April 2020, we're close to asking for, which is close to the 100% mark. So there you have it. I hope the numbers helped a bit. I know the worries there, but I guess looking at statistics, we're okay so far. If you guys need any specific information or more details about the type of properties, whether it's a two-bedroom condo or a single home in a specific neighborhood, and you want the stats from that, which will give you even a better idea, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always available by phone, text, or email. And don't forget to like this video. And I hope to send out more information in the coming weeks to provide you guys with more of an in-depth of what's been happening. Perhaps in the coming up videos, we can focus on the type of properties and even the predictions of the market from different sources. Thanks for tuning in to Market Track. Well, that was our. Until next time.